I'm going to need you to take a seat. No. Sit down and take a seat and take a load off them here feet. Okay? Because I got something I want to tell you. Now, you know when I talk to you, this is coming from a place of love. Auntie Titi loves you. But we need to talk about some things today. Are you sitting? Listen. And you listen to me good. You listening? All right. If anybody, I don't care how long you been with them. I don't care how rich. I don't care what the circumstances are. If anybody tell you to your face, they didn't send it in an email. They didn't send it through a text. They didn't say it behind your back or on the side of you. They told you to your face that they don't want you. You believe them. And that is your exit. You do not sit around and let someone mistreat you. You better know your worth, baby. Auntie gonna tell you, you better know your worth. You don't sit around and be nobody's puppy. You were not made to be nobody's doormat. Okay? And your life doesn't end when people walk out of it. Are you listening to me? They are just history to your story, baby. They history to your story. It's time to move on. Now, I don't know who this was for, but I definitely know that it was for somebody. Are y'all ready? Let's get to it, y'all. Greetings, my beautiful, beautiful brothers and sisters. Yes, it is your girl, your big homie, okay, TT, y'all, and welcome to TT Talk. And we got some talking that we need to do. We got to talk. I got some things I want to say. First, before we move on and before we dive and get into these grits, we have to give a special shout out to the APAP team for allowing your girl to use this here platform to represent God and his kingdom. And no, I do not take your eyes, okay, or your ears for granted. Let's tune in. Let me tell you something. The enemy don't want me to do this. And I told you it's a threat when I get on his mic. And because he can't stop me, he's going to try to stop everything around me. So today, while we got the opportunity, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my foot on his neck. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to put it in the other place, too. I'm going to put my other foot in the other place. But I'm going to put that pressure on that neck today. Quick story, y'all. True story. Y'all know I live in the Atlanta area, right? And so we had like this big old snowstorm, a little blizzard, a little couple days of snow. And if you in the city, if you know, it gets real, real crazy out here. And usually, I take my little precautions and I get off the road. And sometimes when I go up the street and I drive in it, it ain't too much of nothing. But let me tell you what happened to me about 3 weeks ago. Okay. So I had all the kids at the house, right? And so we knew that there was going to be it was snow on the forecast. So I'm sitting around and I got these boys. They've been in my house for a couple of days now. So I see the little flurries going down because I was trying to wait for their mama to come pick them up, right? So I see the little flurries outside. And I said, you know what? Because I know how things get. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Michigan. These little flurries ain't got nothing on your girl. So I'm like, I'm going to jump in my little car and I'm going to do them a favor because I was going to wait until their parents got off work to get them. But that was going to take too long. And I was not going to try to risk getting stuck in the house with these extra kids. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't trying to feed them like that. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. Now, I done had them for 3 days. Now, anywho. So we driving, and when we get them, I load them up. We getting ready to drive, and I'm dropping off the first kid, and it's doing a little flurries, and we in the car. We talking about the snow that happened like a couple weeks prior to that, and then all of a sudden, y'all, it started cutting up. Okay, it was snowing meatballs. Okay, they was some big old thick flurries coming down, right? And so we make it so the drive is like a 20-minute drive to the house, right? So we get there, and it's so much snow. The kids getting outside, they playing. And I'm like, okay, y'all, come on, let's go, right? And I'm on my way to get ready to drop off the other kid. And y'all, I don't know what happened within them 10 minutes. Listen, I wouldn't have believed it if I wouldn't have saw it with my own eyes. Y'all, it was like the apocalypse out there. Cars was in ditches. They were getting stuck, sliding. I mean, I'm driving down the road, and this car, he looking at me, I'm looking at him. He's sliding next to me. It got real quick. And the more I noticed, the more that I was fixing, I started getting nervous. I wasn't scared for me. I was scared because the people around me, I was thinking they was going to hit me. You know what I'm saying? So I was a little scared about that. So I'm like, okay. So I call my sister. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to drop him off. It is like really bad. We're going to go home, y'all. So check this out, y'all. So we're like 7 minutes from the house, and it's this little baby kitten hill. Like, it's a little hill, like a little slight dip in the road. Y'all, while I was turning that corner, I wasn't even going fast. Because, I got my radar. My radar is on. I wasn't even going fast. Y'all, why my car spun out? The car just started slide to the side. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, my God. And the car spun around, the kids in the car screaming. They screaming. But I kept it cool. I played it real cool, y'all. I looked like a professional. I looked like I meant to do that slide. You know what I'm saying? That's how good God was. But in the inside of me, it got real. And I got really scared. But as I was sliding, I couldn't do nothing. I had to take my hand off the wheel. I knew I was wise enough to know that I couldn't fight that slide. I couldn't fight it. I had to let the car do its own thing. Right? So now I'm a believer. I don't play around with Georgia and they snow. I don't think I want to test that again. But now I'm a believer. But it just made me think. It made me think when I was faced with that situation. When there's a lot going on around you, and I'm talking about in your personal life, when there's a lot going on with you, that's the time when you have to stay focused. You see, the fear had begun to set in when I was looking around me, when I had my eyes fixated on what he was doing and why she in the gutter and why he getting pushed. And my goal was my eyes should have been fixated on what was in front of me. And so that's just like you right now in your life. You looking around you and you see your situation. And you looking at your circumstances, whatever it is, you got your issues, I got mine. Me and you, we in this thing together. You got your own battle, I got my own thing going on too, baby. Some of us using we fight with different weapons. You know what I'm saying? I know. It's a spiritual fight. Okay, so you looking around you, that's not the focus. Okay, that's not what you're supposed to be focused on. The focus is on the vision. The focus is on the task. The focus is on the assignment. Catch up, microphone. Try to play me, hit up under my chin. Okay, but the focus is the task. It's like this. Have you ever been thrown in the furnace of fire? It's like being thrown in the furnace of fire and not being burned. Have you known someone to get thrown in the furnace of fire and not consumed by the fire? It's just like being swallowed by a fish and not being eaten. What part of the game is that? I don't know if I wanna be swallowed by a fish. It's like being in a lion's den, in a lion's den full of hungry lions, and not getting eaten. Now, I done been to the zoo, and I saw them lions up close. And let me tell you something. I don't want to be in there where there's multiple lions, let alone one lion, let alone multiple lions. You understand what I'm saying? Do you have the faith to get swallowed by a whale and believe you're going to be alive? I don't want to have to deal with that. And see, we worried about a water bill. Where's your faith? He done delivered him out of the belly of a whale, and you worry about rent. You worry about your electricity bill. Isn't he the same God? His method just changed. How he gonna bless me, how he will bless me is different from how he's gonna bless you. It's wherever the lack is in your life. You understand? You have to stay focused. Now, you know I'm going to have to hit you with a little word. Seek ye the kingdom first and his righteousness. So you got to be aligned. And all of these things is going to be added, y'all. Whatever you dealing with, seek ye the kingdom first. So let me ask you this. Now, this is a serious question. Now, it's just me and you. Don't worry about it. I ain't worried about nobody else. It's me and you. Because you're still sitting down, right? Or did you get up? But let me ask you this. Okay, I need you to ponder on this real quick. Just me and you. What's the first thing you do when you wake up to set the tone for the day? What's the first thing you do in the morning to set the tone for your day? Because we don't know what phone call is waiting for us. You don't know what email you're going to get at your job. You don't even know what your boss on or what the employees on. You don't even know what that traffic looking like. What do you do to set the tone, to get your mind right for the day? You got to take a sip. You got to get a little sip. Do that help you? You got to do your wake and bake. That's what we used to call it back in the day, the wake and bake. If you know, you know. You got to hit your little ale in the morning to get your head right. Do you got to lay back down and then you're late and then your whole day thrown off? Or you ain't even thinking, you just going. You just getting up, going in with your routine. What do you do to set the tone for the day? Okay. And how do you train your mind to stay focused and disciplined throughout the day? Well, heck, are you even disciplined? What are you committed to besides your job? Your 9 to 5? Is there anything else you committed to? What do you read? What do you listen to? What do you watch in the morning to educate yourself? And so you know what, y'all? The reason why I say the morning is the morning. In the morning, you have a little bit more control of your mornings, okay? Because in the afternoon, shoot, the universe gonna have its way with you. So in the morning, it requires a sacrifice, and the one thing that you have to sacrifice is what? That sleep. Okay, you might have to get up about 5-10 minutes early. So it's on you. It's whatever you want to do, or you can keep making excuses like everybody else. See, it's the one that is disciplined. Let me say this. It's the one who isn't disciplined. They are like running on a treadmill, but you ain't going nowhere. That's you. You running on a treadmill and you ain't going nowhere. You all out of breath, but you ain't doing nothing. You haven't seen nothing. You ain't even really moving. You in one place. If you decide, let me help you, baby. If you decide to make the decision to do something different, then you will become different. Somebody rewind that, because did you get it? Listen, you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting the different results. You got the same routine you had in your 20s and you're 60 now. What are you doing different? Let me help you out. Can I be transparent? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, right? Let me tell you what my overall life is. And if this your life and if it's fine with you, then it's fine with you. But it wasn't for me because I feel like I wasn't getting no fulfillment out of it. All right. So what I would do was I'll get up in the morning. I may think about God. This was me prior to my walk now, right? Get up, I'm hustling, bustling, getting the kids off, and I go work my 9 to 5. And then once I get off work, I'm going to go pick the kids up, and I may squeeze in time for the gym. And I'm going to church on Sunday. I'm gonna go to church on Sunday because that's gonna hold my spot in heaven. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pay my tithes when it's convenient. Come on, if this you, hey, I don't know you, this me. If it relates to you, then hey, you might want to make some changes. And every now and again, you know, I give them a little bonuses, and I take a trip, and then I'll kick it with my husband, and I'll go out and do me some little partying, and I do it all. Was doing the same thing over and over again, and time was passing, and nothing was getting done. I had no work about myself. I did not have a godly resume. However, on that resume, I can say that, yeah, I did sit. I used to go to church, and I did sing in the choir, and I pay my tithes every now and again. So, and nothing was getting done. And time is passing, and here we are. Tomorrow I'll be 42 years old. You see how time just be going? I just can't believe what happened to the 20s. Darn it, what happened to the 30s? Here we are, hello, 40. So time gonna just keep doing what it's doing, and nothing was getting done. So my friend, my sister, my brother, it's time to get busy. It's time to get busy. Do what your heart desires. It's time to start working in your purpose. Let me tell you something. Let me ask you this. What are you doing outside of your 9 to 5? What else are you working on? What is your vision? What is your goal? What do you know your assignment? Because let me tell you something, baby. You was not created to just work a 9 to 5 and die. You were created to be a creator. You were created to have dominion now during this time. You were created for a time such as this. You are the answer to the problem. But today, that's why you are here. Other than that, you would have been born in the 50s or the 60s. Other than that, you would have been born in the Bible days, perhaps. But there is something in you. It's like a seed that needs to come out. And with the right environment and with the right watering and the right sunlight, you will grow. I don't want you to sit up here and just be enjoying this. You need to believe this. This is life-changing. You are more than what you are doing right now. There is so much that the world needs. You are the answer to somebody's problem. You are the answer to somebody's problem. And remember what I said. When you pick up that task, I think I was talking about it. I think I ain't tell you. I don't remember. It's been a while. I ain't talked to you in like 2 weeks. Let me see. Now, listen. So you got your task. It's just like this with basketball, right? You got this task. You got the ball. You got the goal. But you don't have the goal. You have the basket, the vision. The goal is here. Okay? You got to get to the goal. But it ain't going to be easy for you because you got distractions. It's trying to get you from the goal. Baby, you got to push through, fight through, turn. You know what I'm saying? You got to go back. You might got to bump it. You going to feel a little pain, but you going to get to the goal. I'm hoping I'm helping somebody. Because y'all, we got to get through this thing together. It's the time is now, friend. And I'm going to give you an affirmation that you need to tell yourself every day. Every day you tell yourself, I am becoming more powerful. But you got to align yourself. Now you can't accept, but you can't get this power and you out here doing what you ain't got no cap. You doing whatever you want to do. There is a requirement for you. You got to stop what you're doing. You got to change your daily habits to get a different result in your life. Other than that, you just going to be passing through. And you ain't going to leave no stain. I mean, if you don't want to leave no stain, then hey, then do what you do. Keep doing what you do. But I love you and I want the best for you. And guess what? God loves you. God loves him some yous. Whether you believe it or not, whether you accept it or not, whether you are aware of it or not, you are loved and you were created on purpose for a purpose, baby. Please believe me. I don't care what they say. I don't care what your mom and your daddy say. It's so much to take for you to get here. And now that you here, what you gonna do? Thank you for allowing me to pour this sweet tea, y'all, of love, inspiration, and motivation. Y'all tune in next week. Share with a friend. Share with one friend. A friend need that message in the beginning. If you just tell her to listen for 2 minutes, share that with him or her. Share with a friend. And that's what Barney always says, sharing is caring. Be like Barney, folks. Young folks Google that. But listen. Everybody that is watching, me and you both are granted the same thing every day. We both have 24 hours in a day. Whatever you got to do in your 24 is what you got to do in your 24. Whatever I got to do in my 24 is what you got to do. But we got the same amount of money in the bank every day. It's what you do with your time. You got to make time. You got to work on your mind, just like you work on your body. Okay? It goes hand in hand. If you ain't got a right mind, the body is worthless. To the dust, it will go. You know what I'm saying? But God bless you. But God bless you. Listen. And I'm going to leave y'all on this note, because I'm going to leave y'all on this note. You know, they tell us that, you know, we're up against a generational curse because, you know, I'm up against a generational curse. And the only way, I'm going to say something now. The only way you can break that generational curse is that you have to start making different choices. You can't make the same choices as mom and them and then you think you're going to get a different result. If you following behind the same patterns as mom and them drinking, you going to be an alcoholic just like mom and them. If you following behind the stories of you being like your dad and you out there sleeping with all the women, then you going to let how his life ended up. That's how yours will end up. Don't let them be the blueprint of your life. You are the trendsetter. Don't make the same choices and expect a different result. It don't work that way. Okay, sweetheart? Y'all go out there now. Y'all go out there, please, and live a blessed life. Until next time, friends. Bye.